All right, guys, happy Monday, July 1st. I'm coming to you guys full of energy, full of relaxation, and just super grateful. If you guys have been following my stories, I've been studying my stories for this last week because I feel like it's important that we're all constantly finding ways to, share our journey and not just our journey in real estate. I love you guys, but your real estate stuff can get boring over time if it's not a really healthy balance of life, your opinion, the things that you're doing, family, as well as your real estate. So, my mom was here with Donald, and we just had a really incredible time. We didn't do anything big. We just relaxed, and we had a lot of food, and we hung out, and we made memories. And Lily's last week here, and she goes back to Alaska tomorrow. So it's been a very emotional time for us to be able to come together and just have some stillness. And I highly recommend that if you have the time, if you have the opportunity, just to take some time away and if you can't get away from your business, and if you can't close down for 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, then maybe your business isn't where you thought it would be, because each of us have the ability to leverage the people we have in our environment to say, you know what, I'm actually going to spend the time. Because every year that my mom comes out, I hop on calls. And so when I'm on calls, everyone, be quiet, be quiet. And so there's this level of tension when I'm on calls because I need to be in the zone. But this time I didn't take calls, and I just was able to connect and relax and be at peace. And I felt like so refreshed, because you guys know how hard I go. But now we're here and we're back, and I'm ready to get back into motion. And here's what I missed. What I missed is I missed the activity, I missed the hustle, and I missed the day-to-day with you guys. And so I'm really happy I got to spend that time, but I'm always looking at, okay, as soon as I get back, what's going to happen? And so I'm ready to go full tilt, and I'm excited to see you guys. As always, I'm going to have somebody bring us out on the field. And if you're a guest on the line today, my name's Elias. I'm the Director of Sales and Coaching for our company. This is called Keep It Moving Group Coaching, where we harness the power of collective wisdom. So I'm excited to have everybody. I'm looking around the screen today, and it's been a minute. Ashley, I'm going to go to you. Ashley, it's really good to see you. Appreciate you. I'm going to have you bring us out on the field on this beautiful Monday morning and set the tone and set the sentiment. So, Ashley, no pressure at all, but go ahead and deliver. Let's go.
Good morning. So, some of you may know I've had some health issues going on. I was really sick for about a month. So, what I've been thinking about lately, actually, one of Christina's posts triggered this, is it's not about how busy you are. It's not about how stressed out you are. It's about how many wins you can collect that day. And some days, if you're sick in bed, that win might be writing a reel for next week. It might be doing a newsletter. It might be making some emails. And some weeks it might be one more door knock than you did the week before, or one more phone call than you did the week before. But the message is that it's not about how busy you are. It's not about being stressed out. It's about how many wins you can collect that day. And if you can collect as many wins as you can, then you can go to sleep proud of yourself.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. And how are you feeling? Are you good? Are you past it? Are you over the hump? Are you feeling like 100% now?
I am feeling so much better. Yeah, I'm over the hump. I'm leaving for Washington tomorrow. I'm super excited. I'm gonna go spend some time with my sisters. So yeah, I'm really refreshed. I think I just needed to rest because I was going pretty hard with 3 kids and running a business too. So my body needed that. I took some rest and I am ready to go now.
Love it. I love it. Well, you guys, I'll tell you this. I missed you, right? I spend 3 hours a week with you, and sometimes, more, but I miss you guys. I miss this group. I miss my time with you. So let's get right into the conversation for the day. I have some things pulled up. Let me go ahead and share my screen really quick, and we are here. All right, guys. So it's Monday morning. Obviously, we're going to do some things over and over on Monday mornings, because this is about moving the needle and making sure that we have clarity and we have focus for the week ahead. And so let's get right into this. I pulled up some slides for you guys. and we're going to go to the board. But before we go to the board and before we go to any, of the numbers, hold on, I have another one I want to pull up really quick. Before we get to any of the numbers, before we get to any of this conversation, let me see, where is it? Okay, hold on. I made some revisions to it. So, okay, cool. Here we go. Let me pull this back up. Boom, bam, we're in. All right, cool. And Ophelia, don't go far because I want to know all about the travels to London and I want to hear all about it. And so don't go far. All right, guys. So I wanted to start this out and I just wanted to tell each of you on this call today and the people that will see this in the future to just say no. And I'm not talking in the context of drugs, whatever you want to do, however you want to take this. What I am saying is that I want you to say no to everything that is stealing and taking your energy from you. Because here's what's happening is we're in a time where people are inviting you to everything. There's all kinds of things happening in our industry. There is networking events, there's dinners, there's lunches, there's let's go here. Can you take this call? Can you meet me here? I want a showing at this. You guys have to protect your energy by being able to say no and say no to consumers, saying no to things that are stealing your energy, saying no to the things that are not serving your cause, your purpose, and your crusade. The power of no means that you're now setting boundaries and that nobody can take that shit from you. Nobody can come in and steal your energy at any given time. You are regimented, you are scheduled, and if it doesn't fit into that regimen or that schedule, then you're just saying no. You guys, I was talking to an agent the other day. He's like, I say yes to everything. And now what I'm feeling is I'm feeling burnout. You guys, listen, we're going to get into our summer season. It's going to be hot, the kids, then we go back to school. Then right after that comes event season where you're going to see even more events happening in the fall and travel and all these things. So you guys have to be very selective with your time over the summer as you go into the fall and then into the winter time. So you have to be able to say, no, that doesn't fit into my regimen, that doesn't fit into my schedule, and I'm okay with passing on that. I heard a guy the other day, and I was just, because I don't drink, you guys, and he's like, you ready to get drunk tonight? And the guys are like, yeah. I'm like, no. Like, those are the things that you got to say no to, because one night of you drinking is going to have a 2, 3, 4 day, depending on your age, impact on you. And so I want to encourage everybody to just say no. And let's just take it down to the granular. Maybe it's a meal. Maybe it's, hey, just say no to missing the workout. Hey, Otis, maybe you should just miss that workout tonight and go with us. Nah, I'm going to stick to this workout. So be okay with saying no. So many people are going to pull you in so many different directions. And if you don't have boundaries and if you do not stick to the boundaries, then you're going to allow yourself to get pulled in all these different directions. And then what happens is this, Elias, I've hit a wall. I'm burnt out. I have nothing else in the gas tank. And I've really hit a wall and it's really starting to impact me. And now I just need to vacate for 5 days and I need to shut down, right? And I get being able to vacate and take vacation, spend time with the family, but doing it very healthy, not because I have burnt myself out because I said yes to everything and everyone. I want to make sure that I'm saying no to the things that are not serving my cause and my purpose. Anybody have anything to share on that topic? Anybody want to chime in on that? Because I feel that this is a very, very important conversation to have with everybody, especially walking into our busy season. All right, let's go, Christina, and then we'll go to me and you'll be on deck, and then we'll get right into the other. And if you guys want to contribute, go ahead and throw your hands up. Let's go, Christina. Let's hear from you. And good to see you.
Hey guys, good morning. You too. Honestly, I could not agree with that more. Sometimes it's so easy to be like, yes, I want to go here. Yes, I want to go there. I want to network. I want to be available 24/7. But burnout is real. And I know that's what Ashley was talking about too. Sometimes you get to a point where all of a sudden this business becomes not fun anymore. And I notice for myself, when I start to feel like it's work, I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Maybe I do need to take my Sunday off. You don't, doesn't mean you have to completely ignore clients and your partners. You can say, hey, thank you so much. I'll get back to you tomorrow. Doing simple things like that really, really make a difference where you're setting the expectation. You're not ghosting them. You're not ignoring them because it's Sunday, but you're acknowledging it. And you're like, I'm going to table this for tomorrow. Because otherwise, for myself, I'll notice I'll be a little short. I'll start to kind of like be negative. And I'm like, no, I just need to give myself a day. And a day makes such a difference.
That's right. You guys, there's some non-negotiables. When I'm at home, I'm home. Sunday, listening to music, I'm like, that is my time. Like, and you guys, as busy as I am, helping to lead this amazing company and being here for you guys and being in the coaching world, in the last 5 years, and I'll be real with you, not one time have I experienced burnout, not one. And so I'm just going to share shit from my own experience of how that's worked. And the way that it's worked is regiment, schedule, and say no to everything, right? I say yes to a lot, but I say no to a lot of things, right? And I don't feel that I am burnt out, but I also spend a lot of time sweating and exercising because I know that if I'm going to run at this pace, I need to make sure to get back to my body. So Christina, I love that sentiment. Let's go deep Bledsoe. We'll go Nicole, Otis, you'll be on deck, and then Blessing, you'll be the last contribution for this section of the coaching. Let's go, Demian.
Good morning. Good morning. Just piggybacking off of what Christina said, we have to set our boundaries because we're in a profession where it's difficult to take a day off. Like you always have something to do, and if you're not doing something, then you feel like you're supposed to be doing something. So it is a lot of self-regulation, self-management, but again, to the point is necessary because you can tip the scales in the way of burnout if you're not careful and if you're not regimented and if you're not scheduled. So you got to schedule some me time.
I absolutely agree with that. You guys, my office is upstairs. We have a loft. And to get to Silas and Lily's room, I have to go through my office. And so from Tuesday until yesterday, I was off. And so every morning I would walk by my desk, right? My stuff is set up. I got my notepads there, my books, all my stuff. And I was like, let me get into the computer. Like I so wanted to sit there, but I had to say, you know, this time is for them. This time is for them. And we had the best week. So I appreciate that, Demian. Let's go to Nicole. And hey, listen, you guys, Nicole's getting fucking chemo right now. And Nicole's here. She's got her camera on. I'm just throwing that out there. What's your excuse? If she's here, she's getting chemo. She does this every first Monday of the year or the month. So shout out to you. And this should encourage you guys to get your cameras on. Let's go, Nicole Penland.
I was just going to piggyback on both of them were saying. So I have a bad habit. I have a lot of laptops. I keep one in my trunk. I keep one in my bed. I have a whole desk set up in my house where I work, and it's really hard for me to turn things off sometimes. But I am going to visit my mom next week. So I'm going to try to turn it off as much as I can. I can't promise it'll be all the way off, but I'm gonna try to bring it down to at least 40%.
That's right. That's right. You guys, I wrote a reflection here, and this is going to strike a chord with some people on the call, and I'm not intending to, but it's going to. When we look at the age of our parents, right? Like I'm 44 years old. My mom was born in 1961 and my stepfather was born in 1957. I don't know how old that makes both of them. I think my mom's 63 or 64. Anyways, do the math. But I don't get to see my mom that much. And I think about it in the context of how many more visits do I have with my parents, right? Like how many more visits do I have with them? Donald is limping around because he's got a bad hip. He's got emphysema, but he's still smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. And I just think like my mom lives in San Diego. I live up here and I get maybe 1 week-long vacation with them every single year. So that really put some things in perspective for me. And I wanted to make sure to give that time to them and make sure that I'm going to do everything in my power to retire my mom in the next couple of years. And if that means move her in with me, I'll move her in with me as long as she has her in-law unit. But I put things into perspective. I'm like, I don't have many more vacations with them. I don't have many more trips with them. And so I want to make sure to isolate that time and they deserve it and I deserve it. Let's go, Otis. Then we'll go over to Blessing. Then we'll move on in the conversation. Let's go.
Damn, dog, you should have held that until after I share. You about to make me get all watery work. And I don't like to be crying in front of people all like that. But that's true, man. Like, my dad's been in Mississippi for the last 2 years, and I just had my son literally like a couple months before he left and retired out there. So, like having the only boy, you know what I mean, and my son means so much to us because my brother was murdered 11 years ago and I named him after him. So I think he's just been a healing for all of us. And you're right, man. Like I barely get to see him because he's halfway across the country. And then my mom, you know, I try to do all this stuff for her to get her retired, put a nice little piece of change in her, but she just don't want to do it. And she's already like working herself, you know, to death, literally, because she's falling apart. But you're totally right on that shit. But back to the burnout, that shit is real. Last, you know, it's my second year when, you know, from nothing to six, and then you go into year two doing, I think, what, like 15, 16. It was like, that shit burnt me out. And it's crazy. We just closed on this house, this family trust a year ago today. Oh no, yesterday. So like after doing this deal, the dealing with family shit, and then on the buying and selling side, it was just too much. And I think that was like my eighth and, you know, like my fifth and sixth deal. And even though I ended up doing 10 more, it just burned me out. I felt like I was just on robot. Like I was doing well, but it's just like I wasn't here right. Then the injury. So like I don't just partner for just the sake of it or just to just do it. Like I do it because it keeps me sane. It keeps me able to still be a full-time father to my son, so I don't miss these moments that are very crucial. Because when I was going so hard, going every time, hopping in the car, doing 5, 10, 15 showings in a weekend, shit a day, you know, I seen the transition of my son loving my brother more, and not in a hating way. I'm all for it, but it's just like, fuck, when I come home, I want my son to fucking love me, be like, hey, daddy's home. So making that shift and like doing this, it's not only helped my business, but it's helped me be able to take on such a workload, which I mean, I don't know. It's a lot, but at the end of the day, like the partnerships and being able to escalate business while, you know, I'm giving away a lot, and it may not seem right to a lot of you, but I'm keeping a lot too. And my peace, my clarity, my mind,
That's right.
will be me. I think that's the best thing. So Elias is right. You utilize the people on this team. There's some real hungry agents, man, that, I mean, some of them will say they'll do it for free, but I mean, I ain't like that. I'm always going to make
Right.
somebody, you know, good with where they're at as far as where the work they putting in. But like, yeah, I think that we all need to really focus on this, Elias, because you're right. If it's been a fucking hell of a year for the first 6 months, and the shit's
Yeah.
about to, I mean, phones just starting booming crazy right now. Like me myself, I don't know how the hell I'm about to write all these offers and do all this shit, but I'm gonna make it happen. But it's
That's
like, you're
right.
right.
And he's going to leverage. And like
Yeah.
you said, he might give up something, but what does he get in return? He gets time back. Right. And the point of this conversation, I want to make sure to wrap this subject up in just a moment, is that we all have to protect the most valuable thing to us. It's our time and our energy. And you'll hear me say this until I'm blue in the face, because raise a hand if you have ever snapped at your significant other or your children in any context because you're stressed out about dealing with a client or something. They were talking in the back, stop. And like, you just hit a point where it's like, and then you reflect back like, damn, I was a little edgy with them. And they didn't deserve it. Maybe they were being a little bit loud, but it's happened. And it happens to the best of us because we're getting pulled in all these fucking directions when we need to say, you know what, I need to say no. I just need to say no. And if it means that, hey, I'll get back to you tomorrow at 8 a.m., if the client can't wait, then they shouldn't even be doing business with you. Now, if you're in the middle of an emergency transaction and you're right there in the thick of things, right there, contingencies, whatever, and you're negotiating, you're back of that, I understand. But a consumer could wait till the next morning. They can wait because it's more important. Good stuff, Otis. I appreciate it. Let's go, Blessing. And Cynthia, I want you to hold your comment for the next section. I'll come back to you, Blessing. Let's go over to you.
And you kind of summed up everything that I wanted to say, is that we can run at a high level and be going after every single opportunity, saying yes to this, yes to that. But we also have to remember, why are we saying yes to those things? Is it because we need to figure out, does that actually work for us? Because every single thing in this business is a new shiny object that we can chase. But we have to remember that we get to pick and choose how we build this business. And if we're constantly chasing, then are we actually really in line with what our goals are? And every time you take a moment to rest, sometimes we don't have the luxury of a day. Unplugging for an hour or two is just as good as checking out for a whole day, because it gives you that moment to say, nope, I'm going to stop. I'm going to check in with myself. I'm going to get clear on what exactly is irritating me. What am I going after? And you can do that constantly. a day really can be a luxury. But if you take 15 minutes in the morning to just make sure that you're grounded and you can keep checking in throughout the day, that's how you not only rest, like actively rest in your business, but then instead of chasing things, you're allowing the things that actually work for you to come to you and you can see what's in front of you. A lot of times when we're running so hard, we're just going, going, going. We don't even realize I haven't eaten today. I haven't had any water today. I know I don't have any snacks because of the weekend, but the car is full of snacks because I will forget to eat the entire day and just be like, I'm going, and then wonder why I collapse at home with a headache. That's just not healthy. I remember reading a long time ago that if you get home, if you go into your bed and you collapse and the moment you hit the pillow, you collapse and you're out, you've burnt yourself out. You've done it wrong. We have to be able to have a routine that allows us to ease in and out of every activity. And that just comes from giving ourselves the grace to rest and check in with what we're doing, business, personal, everything.
Yeah, God, this hits on a very, very deep level because Lily's here. She's not here all year, and she's here for the summer. And then at nighttime, they want to be rambunctious. They want to run around and they want me to do funny stuff with them. And I'm just like, every part of me is tired. But I tell myself, I'm like, I won't always get this. I won't always get this. So I need to embrace this time because they look forward to me tucking them in. And obviously they look forward to my wife tucking them in too. But it's like those small little moments, God, they will remember it. They will remember it forever. And so I appreciate you guys chiming in on the conversation. Let's go back to this. And Cynthia, please don't go too far. I'll get right back to your hand in just a moment. I want to hear from you guys. I want to go into wins really quick. I need 3 people to share with me some wins that they had from this last week. I want you to get involved in this conversation. If you've never raised your hand in group coaching, then raise your hand. I don't care if it's a personal win, professional win, if it's something that you did, just to take your life and business to the next level. I need 3 people to chime in. I want you to share with me what your wins are. I'm going to go to Cynthia. I need 2 other people to get in the queue. So let's go, Cynthia, and let's go, Nicole. I need 1 more that has not spoke. So let's go, Cynthia.
So, gosh, I had an eventful weekend this weekend. It was a dance weekend for me, which is always amazing. And we started early this week on Thursday, so it went from Thursday to yesterday. I had to say no to last night because they tried to, yeah, it's crazy. So, but from that, I had a hell of a lot of wins. And Elias, we meet tomorrow, so I'm gonna do some posting because I got some shit to post, right? I got some good, some stuff, and I'm stretching, so we'll talk about that tomorrow. But 2 things, major things happened. And one of them, I was tasked to post on Facebook, advertising a class that I'm teaching this upcoming week. I had to do it. And because my other coach forced me, just like I know you're going to force me to do it. So he forced me to do it. And I did it. It was kind of nice too, but it's just a stretch. So that was a big win. Actually, I had 3. I did my first open house yesterday alone. And then, the first one by myself without assistance was from somebody else. And then I had the other win was crazy. But okay, so I'm working out, right? So I had this outfit planned that I was gonna wear, that I was just gonna kill them with it, right? And I put on my pants and they were too big. I mean, too tight. They were too tight. I was like, oh damn, I can't wear this. So I pulled out a dress and my girlfriend is like, you have to wear that dress. And my thought was that I'm not wearing this dress. I'm going to post me in that dress. That's one of the things I'm going to post. But what was crazy about it was that I had not worn a short dress in 20 plus years, or as long as my daughter, right? And it was something about the connection with motherhood and short dresses or whatever. And so then I did this. And so that just opened up a whole bottle of wax. So that was a huge win.
Oh,
huge.
She's feeling herself. She got her groove.
Yeah.
I love that. Hey, listen,
Yeah.
that's important. And And I understand this at a very high level. Obviously, I have a wife that loves to look good and loves to get dressed up, and like it does something for us. I don't care if guys on the call, ladies on the call, like it just does something for us. When you get your hair done, when you get dressed up, when you walk out of the house, you're like, feel good, I smell good, I'm ready to conquer the world. It raises your level of confidence. And so I'm happy for you. I'm glad that you were able to have that as a win from this last week. So good stuff, Cynthia. I'm looking forward to our one-on-one tomorrow. Great wins. Let's go, Nicole. And then I'm going to call on one other person because I don't see any other hands up. So I'm going to call on that person. Actually, Nicole, you'll pass the mic to somebody that has not spoke. Let's go, Nicole.
Nobody mad at me.
Wow, look at the cameras went off. Let's go, you guys. All right, Nicole, rapid fire. Wins from this last week.
So on Saturday, I had a table set up at the Caribbean Heritage Month Festival in my farm, and I did a raffle. Had a lot of entries, got a lot of contacts, had a lot of conversations. And yesterday, I hosted an open house for the Spivey Daniel team, and I had the same accomplishment that Cynthia had. I fit into a jumpsuit that's been hanging in my closet for months, and I couldn't get over my hips. And when I came in today, they told me I lost 5 pounds since June 24th. So,
you know what? I love it. And you guys, for you that don't know, Nicole's battling cancer. She's getting chemo right now on this fucking call. I'm just always so like amazed by you and encouraged and inspired by you. And so I appreciate those wins. Nicole, pass the mic to one person. Let's go rapid fire. Pick somebody that has their camera on. Let's go. Yeah, Nicole, take yourself off mute. Pass the mic.
Kelly.
Okay, Kelly. Share with us rapid fire win from this last week, and we're going to get right into the numbers. Let's go, Kelly.
My win from this last week is I took the weekend off. I cleaned my house, spent it with my kids, and I got some showings done still. People contacted me. It didn't feel like an empty weekend. It felt like, a good one. So
I love this. I love it. Well, I'm happy that you have a happy, clean space and that you're able to take some downtime. I love this. Quick question before we go to the board, you guys. I want to ask you guys on this call right now, and just write your number down. From the last time I saw you, let's go from last Monday till today, so 1 week. How many stories do you think that you posted on Instagram? How many stories did you post on Instagram? I know some of you were traveling, some of you were getting interviewed, some of you were, really, really active in your stories. I want you guys to put that down below because I'm going to share a win with you guys personally. So from last Monday till today, over 300 stories from last week until today. And that's just every single day, active. I'm sure you guys saw Silas's birthday. I'm sure you saw Silas's birthday party. I'm sure you saw Nana's birthday party, all the things that we've been doing over the last week. You guys know we have a big crocodile, swimming pool and slide in our backyard. I'm sure you guys saw that. So it's been constant. That's one thing I wanted to know from you guys. At least 5 per day, 20-ish, at least 50. I said no to Pop-Tart this morning. You wanted it? Okay, I love it. So let's go to the board, you guys. Let's pull this back up. I wanted to go here though. There was a quote that I saw here. Let me escape this really quick. I'm gonna stop sharing. I have a quote that I saw and I wanted to share it with you guys because I thought it was really, really good. Where did it go? One second. Let me pull this up. All right, here we go. I thought this was cool and I wanted to bring this up because it's really applicable to what we do. And I'm going to go here. All right, cool. I'm going to have somebody read this for me out loud. Let's see, who am I? All right, Zali, I'm going to have you read this for me. Go ahead and read this. I'm going to present mode. All right, cool. So I don't know why it's not showing up. Oh, I think it's hidden. Sorry, guys. Hold on one second. All right, this little one is hidden. All right, let's go here. That's why it was hidden. Let me unhide this. All right, Zali. Now I will go back to you and we will go right into this. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, cool. I'm going to have you read this really quick and then we're going to go and talk about this. I think this was something that I read in a book over the last couple of days, but let's go here. Boom.
Okay. In human beings, action is preceded by belief.
All right. So being relatively new in this business, when you read that quote, what does it mean? What's your interpretation of what this means?
Well, I think it really means that when you believe that you want to do something, you sort of like called on it and make it happen. I mean, there has to be intention behind the actions. So it's very hard to just do stuff without really putting your motivations, your belief, what that means for you, because otherwise you're just doing things just because there is not a purpose.
Ooh.
So
I love it. I love it. Really, really good contribution. I love that. Let's go to Aaron Chris. Aaron Chris, same thing for you, my man. When you see this in human beings, action is preceded by belief, my man. What comes to mind? What does this speak to you? Let's hear from you.
I think it says something to that manifestation, and I've been kind of doing a lot of meditating lately and seeing it and believing that you can actually accomplish things, and yeah, and really it does drive people. It like we've heard, puts purpose behind what you're doing, and so if you really believe in whatever it is that you're doing, usually you can see some sort of success in that. But if you don't believe in it, then you kind of are like lost in the wilderness, if you will, and you're just aimlessly roaming.
Yeah, because if you're lost and you don't believe, then what happens is that you don't take the action. But if you truly, truly believe in everything that you want in this business, in this life, in this lifestyle and opportunities, then you're always going to take the action no matter what. So Aaron, I appreciate that sentiment. Let's go, Ophie. Ophie, when you see this, what comes to mind? Talk to me. Let's hear your perspective on this. And welcome home. I've never wanted to go to London, but now I want to go to London. I want to go to the Eiffel Tower. So let's hear about that in a moment. But first things first, tell us what hits for you on this.
Yeah, it goes right even to limiting beliefs, right? So if you have such a limiting belief, you're not going to do something. Kind of just piggybacking from what everybody else is saying, and it just really strikes a chord in your identity. Who do you believe you are? And that way you can operate from a stance of, I know who I am and I know where I'm going. So you are able to say no to certain things or yes to certain things, or what is my return if I spend that time on something? And so taking action will come easy, fluid, because you know who you are and whose you are.
Yeah, I love it. And Ophelia, if you believe that you're a top producer, if you believe that you're in this business to serve and help other people build a lifestyle for themselves and build generational wealth, and that's your true belief and like you're heart-centered with that, then it should always lead to action. If you don't believe in it, if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe in this market, if you don't believe that you can succeed in this market, then you're not going to take the action. Why? Because you're going to be crippled by fear. Your fear stand in the way and you're just like, oh my God, I can't do anything because I'm so scared. When you believe and you truly, truly get in center with that, nothing will stand in your way. And I appreciate that. Ophelia, we saw your journey and I loved it. What was one thing that you experienced that was maybe, the most impactful for your life?
I absolutely love being out there and being me. And what I mean by that is I wasn't a mom, I wasn't a wife, I wasn't a sister, I wasn't anyone for that moment. It was just me. And I got lost twice because they drive on the opposite side. So I got on the wrong bus twice. I don't know how that happened again, but getting lost led me to certain alleys. And by the way, London's very safe. At least I felt safe. So I was traveling by myself at 10 o'clock at night. And I got lost and I didn't know I wanted to be where I was at that moment. So I got into these nice pubs. I think it's called Euro Cup, whatever. Soccer is big right now. So everyone's just out there. It's just, I enjoyed being on my own without a time schedule, without the anxiety of guests of like, oh God, if I make this, we have to go here, we got to get over here, and where is Angelo and where is Isabella and what does my mom need? It's just like disconnect and just being.
I love that. Because and I think I could connect with this because we all have an identity prior to being parents, prior to being husbands, wives, and significants, whatever. But to be able to just be by yourself, not a lot of us get that anymore, right? Not a lot of us get that anymore. So I love that for you.
Can I add one more thing? It
Please.
is, I forgot who it was. Well, somebody, oh, I think it was Blessing, where you have to just really disconnect or just really schedule your own time. It's very hard for me because I'm always on. I feel like I'm always on, I'm always on, I'm always on. And it's super, super hard to disconnect. I had to disconnect. We were 9 hours ahead. So no matter what was being said, I couldn't text people. If I had to text them, it was 3 a.m. in the morning here. So there was this freedom that came with like, I get to disconnect. I can do that because I went to sleep and I'm up and exploring. That was
Oh.
by far the best feeling ever because I was like, everyone's asleep, but I get to still be up and doing everything. I don't know. That was one of the okay.
I love it. I love it. And I love the documentation of everything. You did such a good job, like curating that's those storylines. I thought it was really, really good. So great job. I'm happy to have you back and I'm glad that you got that downtime. Let's go to Demisha Barker. Demisha Barker, you had a contribution. Let's hear from you. And thanks for raising your hand. I think this is your first time contributing on coaching. So thank you for being here. Let's go.
No problem. Good morning, everyone. This quote for me was reminding me of the saying, I believe it when I see it. Right? You don't really believe in it until actions is done. I can speak for myself, like being a newer member of the team. I've been doing my last few open houses by myself. And before that, I was just like, I don't know, all this self-doubt and all this and all that. But when I started doing the open houses, now I'm like, okay, I got this in the bag. Like it's coming easy. I got this. I got some people that's like, please call me. I want to work with you. And so now I'm starting to see I believe in myself much more. So the believe it, I'll believe it when I see it type of quote came to mind.
Love it. I love it. And you know what? A great indication of this too is it's all of our ability to get on camera. And we're not going to have a social media session here, but you'll create something and then you'll say, God, I don't know about this one. And then somebody, and Nicole, I'll come to you in a couple of minutes, somebody will say something or be like, wow, that really landed, or great video, or they shared it, or they saved it, or they commented on it. You're like, wow, this shit really does work, right? And then it restores or enhances or gives you the belief that, you know what, I'm doing something right here. So Nicole, I'll come back to you in a couple of minutes, but in human beings, action is preceded by belief. When you truly believe in yourself and this business and everything that you're going to accomplish, then there should be no room for inaction. So I wanted to share that with you. We went through the wins. First things first, you guys, a couple of things before we go to the board. What challenges might you encounter this week? I think there's going to be some challenges over the weekend. And what I mean by that is depending on where you're touring, the forecast is saying anywhere from 110, 115, 112, 109. I mean, the temperature is going to be crazy. So I know that you guys are all going to be facing some challenges this weekend when you're out showing homes. It's going to be hot. The kids might be a little anxious. They might be uneasy. The people are going to be hot. They're going to be sweaty. So that's going to be a challenge. You also have 4th of July this week, which is an opportunity as well as a challenge because a lot of people are not going to be out, seeing houses. So from what you know, and Nicole, don't go too far. We're going to come back to you in a couple of minutes. What challenges do you think you're going to encounter this week? Do you guys have any? Do you guys want to share any? That way we can talk through them here on this call. Anybody want to share? If not, then just write this down. But let me give you guys a minute to throw your hand up if you guys do have a challenge that you feel that you're going to face this week that we can talk about here. Anybody going once, going twice? All right, cool. I'm going to go. Is that just a big smile from Brady? I love it. All right, Nicole, what's good? Let's hear from you.
I'll answer the last two questions. I wanted to first piggyback on what Ophelia said. So a lot of times things come from confidence. And like if you're a newer agent or your things are slow right now, I can see like self-doubt and things like that. But you have to like pull from previous accomplishments or like, well, if I was able to do that, I know I can do this. And just pour into yourself. Because I mean, we've all accomplished something at this point in life. So it's like, if I can figure out how to juggle this and that, I can definitely figure out how to do this. And then as far as, and I'll just give an example. So with this whole ordeal I've been dealing with the last year, in the beginning, I was scared.
and a lot of people were like, oh no. And I kind of pulled away from the negative, like, oh no. And I would just tell people, like, this is just something that's going to make me that much more badass when I get through it, because I've gotten through quite a few things in life. And then as far as the challenges this week, I think those that are having open houses and stuff this weekend will find it to be challenging, because a lot of people might be traveling, since the 4th of July is falling at the end of the week on top of the heat. And then also, yeah, like traffic and stuff and fireworks and all that type of stuff going on. It may deter people from wanting to really come out, especially like in Oakland.
You guys, and look at my comment in the chat, and please do that. When you think about this weekend, you think about the heat, think about everything that's going to go on. It's going to be a really challenging week. I think this is a great opportunity for you guys to hit the phones. What I mean by that is this is a great opportunity for you to circle prospect, call the neighbors, let them know they're having an open house, you're having an open house. And even if they're not able to come to the open house, it's a great opportunity for you to drop by, a home valuation or a CMA, or, I want to set you up with a home valuation while I have you, Mr. Johnson. I know it's going to be hot. If you're not able to come to the open house, I have this home valuation tool because I want to hook the whole neighborhood up so they know exactly what the value of their home is right now in this very, very, competitive market. So it's a good opportunity for you guys to hit the phones and circle prospect. And so, Nicole, I appreciate your sentiment, you guys. Let's show some love and some light and some healing energy over to Nicole, and let's go right to the board, you guys. If you're here and you've never done this before, going to the board means that if you were to put your numbers in this box, the only thing that fits in there is the actual numbers that you're committed to accomplishing this week. There's no room for anything else, no room for bullshit, for excuses, and no room for your story. It is just the numbers. So here's a couple questions that you need to ask yourself, and I don't need the answers right now. I want you guys to sit with these. What are you committed to accomplishing this week? Is it 100 calls? Is it 5 reels? Is it 10 stories a day? Is it door knocking before the heat comes? Is it making sure you're dropping off all of your 4th of July stuff by, Wednesday? What does that actually look like? What are you accomplishing this week that you are 100% committed to? So that's the first question. Let's keep cruising on. And let's be clear on these numbers. Conversations, videos, stories, follow-up calls, leads added to your CRM. Like, are you absolutely clear and you can define what your goals are for this week? So when you go to the board, it is just numbers. It is just your numbers. How much physical activity this week? And you guys are going to see the same cadence of questions every single Monday. How much physical activity this week? My mom was here all week. No matter what, I did not miss a workout. I was on vacation. I could have chilled. I did not miss a workout. I joined a new gym and I felt I went even harder because I was at a new gym and they had new equipment. So how much physical activity this week? How many times are you going to move your ass? How many times are you going to sweat? How many times are you going to go to the gym? How many times are you going to go to yoga? Whatever that looks like for you. But how much physical activity are you putting into your schedule this week that you're committed to? And today, I'm going to do this one thing, even though I do not want to. What is that one thing that you don't want to do that you've been putting off that you're going to commit to doing today? And I'm going to ask you guys that question right now. I'm going to go around the room. Brandy, what's one thing that I'm going to do today, even though I don't want to? And then Patrick, you're up next. And then Morgan, you're after that. Let's go, Brandy. Alfonso.
Well, today I'm taking a break. So, July is very difficult for me and my family. So realizing that it's July 1st, I know I have one hell of a month to get through, but August is the best month of my life. So I had a reflection the other night that it's funny that I have to get through the worst month of my life to get to the best month of my life. So I think my task every day for July is just smiling because that's what I want to do. And I'm not going to let anything cripple that, no matter what day it falls on for July. So.
Wow. And you know what? I don't know, and we don't know the extent of that. But if you need anything from me or from anybody else on this call, I'm sure you have tons of people that will be there for support. And there's a reason why spring comes after the winter, right? We have to go through that storm. And so, Brandy, I appreciate you letting us in and sharing with us. Let's go, Pat. Pat, today you're going to do one thing that you really don't want to do. What is that?
Today I'm gonna go and clean up my follow-up boss list and organize the hell out of it. I'm gonna
Yes.
the boss smart list, the tags and all that, get organized because I swear I just look at all the names. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. So I need to know. I need to systemize everything and really just dive deep and get nitty-gritty with it, you know?
I love this. I'm in the process now, and I'll let you guys in if you are on the team. If you're not on the team, this doesn't apply to you. So I'm in the process of talking to somebody about cleaning up our CRM and then actually doing some training on when you onboard to the team, like what are the best practices, how to actually manage your database, what are the new trends, the new things, the new, smart lists, and how to really utilize Follow Up Boss to its highest degree. And so I think that there's a huge opportunity for us as an organization. So Patrick, I'm glad that you're doing that, because if I got a show of hands, this is an area where we can all improve on is our follow-up boss. And so good stuff, Patrick. Let's go to Morgan. Morgan, one thing that you're going to do today, even though you do not want to, let's hear from you.
One thing even though I don't want to, so that one's hard because it's not that I don't want to do anything. There's a lot that I want to do. It's just narrowing it down to what I'm going to focus on. That's my struggle, because there's all of these things I want to get done. And to me, it's either now or never. Either I do 50 million things right now or I do nothing. So like one thing I've really been struggling on is getting like my desk organized. And if my desk isn't organized, my mind is chaotic, along with my house. And that is one thing I've been putting off for a while now. So I think I'm going to focus on getting that. It's just such a daunting task.
Yeah, you know what? I look at this and trust me, I've gone through so many like versions of a desk, and now I have an area where I'm really, really happy about, and I'm really prideful of my workspace. But I feel like it's like my cockpit, right? Like I got all my stuff, I got my papers here, I got this here, my camera set, my light is set, I got my books, and like I feel like when I'm in that seat, like I'm ready to go. And like that's how it's all set up. Mel came over to the house the other day and she took a video of my mom sitting there. My mom was like messing with the mic, but like that is my cockpit, right? I got my dials, I got my things, I got my light, turn up the volume. I feel like when I sit there, like I'm ready, like something comes over me, I'm ready for action when I sit in that chair. And so having a workspace that you could go to and it just really, really empowers you to want to make video, create content, follow up, work, and you're so stoked about your space, highly, highly encourage you to get that shit out of the way. So good stuff.
I have to transform it because right now it's my crafting table. It was like my desk, crafting table. So I got to get all my crafting stuff like out of it, because if not, I sit down and I'm like, oh yeah, I need to make appointments. Oh, but you know what? I'm gonna go make a shirt. And
yes, I
so
love
I got
this.
to
I
get it
love
off.
this. All right, good stuff. Good stuff, you guys. So listen, to go back to the early part of the conversation about just saying no, be very conscious and mindful this summer as you guys are getting busy and then back to school. There's tons of networking. People want to drink. People want to go have fun. There's tons of things that are going to get you to get pulled in all these different directions, but you have to protect the number one thing, it's your energy. Because when you don't, you're going to hit a wall, you're going to get burnt out, you're going to snap at your family, you're going to be short, you're going to crash out, you're going to miss things. It's just going to happen, you guys. So protect yourself. Build a calendar that reflects the important things that you need to accomplish in your life and business, and don't deviate from that. My schedule today, I have a 6-hour meeting right here with Kenny, Karina, and Molly. Tomorrow, I already have 9 appointments set, because I know like I'm going right back into motion, but my calendar is already set. I already know what it's going to be like. I already can choose the type of energy for every single endeavor. I'm already set. And one thing I'll share once again, you guys, I've never hit burnout in the last 5 years. Building this company, $2.5 billion worth of real estate sold, building this fucking empire, I've never hit burnout because I'm so disciplined with my calendar. So if I can give you guys anything, you stick to that. And you put barriers up and you put walls up, no way, no how, and you stick to that and stay true to yourself. So you guys, really good contributions today. I'm going to go around the room, get some thoughts and get some key takeaways from our people on the call today. Heather Lee, you are a guest. I'm not sure who told you about this, but Heather Lee, if you could tell us one key takeaway from your time together with us today, let's go.
I would say just say no. I love it. Because I'm the type of person that always say yes to everything. With the family and everyone. So I think just say no is really the key takeaway for me. Thank you so
Love
much,
it.
though. I
And Heather,
appreciate it.
how did you get invited?
So actually I'm the new Asian. I just passed the exam. So Melody invited me here. So thank
Oh,
you.
wonderful.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Well, thanks for being here. I appreciate you being a guest of ours. Let's go Samantha Benz. Samantha Benz, key takeaway from our time together today. Let's hear from you. And Darnell, you'll be on deck.
Yeah, pretty similar to what Heather just said. The just say no piece stood out to me. I've been hosting 1 to 2 open houses every weekend and then still trying to be social, and I'm feeling burnt, and I already was a burnt out teacher, and so I'm not trying to repeat patterns. So this weekend I am going to say no and really take a break and enjoy my time to reset.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like sometimes like we talk so much. It's like, oh, I still want to save some of that to talk to my wife, you know? And sometimes she's like, well, I just want to talk. I'm like, I just don't, but I want to have time to talk. And so I appreciate this, Samantha, on a very high level. So good stuff. Darnell, let's go to you, big dog. Key takeaways from our time together today. Darnell, new father, creating tons of content. Love what's going on in your world, big dog. Let's hear from you. Key takeaway from our time together.
Thank you, man. Thank you for that edification, man. I appreciate everybody who shows up, everybody who is going through everything they're going through, myself included, and still showing up for these calls, showing up every day for work. I mean, it's a luxury, but it's also a luxury to have these coaching calls where we can come and feed off each other's energy. So that's what I'm here for. I got a busy day planned. I've had a busy week, but busiest week of action, not just lead gen. So I'm actually working with buyers. I'm writing offers. So I'm ready, man. I'm turned up. So I appreciate you guys.
I love
Happy
it, bro.
Monday. Yeah.
And I love what you're doing on social, bro. And I was driving, so I didn't get to watch the whole thing, the video about like your daughter and real estate in the future. I'm curious to see more of that. But it's just nonetheless, I've been seeing you show up, and it's really, really cool to see. And like you're taking your social game to a completely different level. And
Yeah.
it's been great to see, my man. So congrats on all the accomplishments, great things to come for you. Let's continue cruising on. Pat, I think I saw a hand up. Let's go over to you. And then I want to share something with you before we close out.
Cool. Yeah, so today's key takeaway is, the whole topic is protecting and being efficient with our energy, right? It's a very simple statement, but a lot of us, at least for me, I ask how, how do we protect our energy, right? And for us, I think we should, one way we could do that is time blocking and organizing and really compartmentalizing all our goals for this week. And really just being tedious and to a whole topic, saying no and just evaluating your energy and your value. What's the ROI? What's next, right? What's next?
That's right. Hey, there's some shit that's not worth your time. And there's some stuff that you're going to spend time on. You're like, wait a minute, I can have the virtual assistant do something like that. Like I'm $100+ an hour type of person. And that's the type of activities that I want to focus on, right? So good stuff, Pat. Let's go back to Zali. Zali, you'll be our last contribution, and then we'll start to close sesh.
Thank you. I wanted to say that I think the most important thing that you guys have all been saying is just say no to make time for the things that really matter. And the things that matter to us, it just goes back to those beliefs and what is it that we believe in, what is it that we want to take action on. And then that needs to be very clear. And that's actually something that I want to say to myself this week, because that's one of my biggest challenges, just to say no to myself, to those things that I think that I want to do. I can do everything. I want to do everything. And reality is that energy is limited and time is limited. So we need to focus our mind. I think I need to focus my mind and put my mind in the most important places to sort of like create the schedule, create the systems. This is the first week that I'm actually joining this call as a member. Last week I joined, the week before I joined, but I was just, just feeling it, just trying to see what it was about. So last week I finally joined. So I'm a member of Team Fast, and this week I'm ready, but I'm so ready that I'm scattered. My mind is scattered. So that's what I'm gonna try to remember from this call. Make time for the things that matter. Make sure that I know what matters, and just set schedule and try to go through it and just make it happen.
Wow, I absolutely love this contribution. Like, I absolutely love it because, like, saying no to your mind, saying no to your squirrel brain that wants to go everywhere and do this and doesn't stay on task and will do one project and then, oh my God, and then Instagram, and then like saying no to your mind. God, I love that because how many of us fall victim to that sometimes, right? My wife, she works for Livermore Labs and she has to do this security clearance and she has to go 10 years back. And now we have FBI agents knocking on neighbors' door to talk, about my wife, all this crazy stuff, which I'm so happy for her. But last night, I'm like, stop it. Like she was like, oh, well, this and that. And then she'd get back and then by the way, and then like, what are we going to do on Tuesday? I said, babe, stop. You're squirreling. You got to stop and focus or go in the office and close the door. Okay, babe. And it comes to bed at 11:30 last night. She's like, I got it done, babe, but I should have probably listened to you. But yeah, like saying no to your squirrel brain. God, Zali, I love that at a very high level. So you guys, it is 9:30. I appreciate you guys. I'm excited to be back. Listen, each of you got a notification last week about our mid-year review. That is in 2 weeks. That is on Tuesday. That is here in Oakland. I want you here. I want your contributions. I want you in the room. I want you to meet your advisors. I want you to meet all the new people. I want you to hear about our directional focus as a company. And I want you guys to be in alignment with everything that this company has to offer. So be here, clear your calendar. We're doing 10:30 to 12 o'clock. We're going to be right here. Food will be provided. So make sure you're here. I can't wait to see you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being present. And as always, keep it moving towards your dreams, goals, and vision. And it's great to be back and it's great to see you guys. Peace.